Assalamualaikum, my dear students. How are you? I find that all of you shall be fine and healthy. Dear students, connected with the previous video, as we have started about English literature, which is the need of our time and of our society, because majority of the young blood, they are interested to go for competitive exam that is known as CSS or PMS. So in CSS PMS you have to attempt almost all the papers in English except Part-2. As even students are attempting Islamiyat paper in English by using the book of Professor Dr. Khurshid. So today we are going to discuss English literature part 2, and today we are going to discuss literary genres. Literary genres means literature as a whole is a compact, is a well connected form of literary works, but literature is further divided into various genres, various categories, various classes, and each and every class is different according to certain qualities. So, English literature is divided into different genres by using the different techniques, length, tone, and content. So, the definition of literary genre is the division of English literature. We are concerned with English literature. So, the division of English literature into various categories according to technique. Technique, remember, there are three major terminologies which are used. One is called procedure, the other is called technique, and the third one is called method. Procedure is the planning, then technique is a specific the group of activities which are launched or which are used by the literary writer for the accomplishment of the task. And method means a specified manner or style which is used for teaching of a specific subject. For example, the method of teaching English will be different than the method of teaching mathematics. Then techniques, it is related with tools. That what types of tools the writer will use. Length means that some of the literary genres, they are long, lengthy, full of ideas, while some are short, concise, brief, and to the point. So, length always varying according to the nature of the genre. Then, tone. There are mainly two types of tone. One is subjective tone. Subjective tone is the type of tone in which the writer selects the language or diction according to his feelings, emotions, and desires. And the other one is called objective tone. Objective tone means in which the writer describes the scene, the event, without his personal involvement. Subjective tone is known as a romantic tone, and objective tone is known as a classical tone. And then contents. Contents means the topics, the ideas, the lesson which are selected by a writer. For example, the content of poetry, that will be different from the content of prose. So, content is always selected in light of the genre of English literature. Now, English, there are three main genres of English literature. So, that is known as Holy Trifecta. Holy Trifecta means that on the top there lies poetry, because poetry was present in the ancient time, as we have discussed in the previous lecture. Then poetry gives birth to drama. Drama means in which there is the use of language along with performance, and then this drama they join with prose. So this Holy Trifecta deals with all the three genres of English literature, in which the first one is poetry, the second one is drama, and the third one is prose. Let's see what is poetry. As I have already informed you that poetry, P stands for patience, O stands for ornamentation. Ornamentation means decoration. E stands for emotions. T stands for transportation. R stands for realism, and Y stands for yearning. So, poetry is that genre of English literature in which there is the use of aesthetic. Aesthetic means it is a branch of philosophy in which the reader and the writer appreciates the beauty available in any form, or it may be in a physical form, it may be in the form of the language, it may be in the form of the poetic devices, whatsoever it is. Aesthetic means which is concerned with beauty. And you know that in this universe there is only beauty which is acceptable, which is worshipped, which is liked by every individual. Then it must be rhythmic language. In rhythmic language means that is called musical. So from this we come to the conclusion that poetry is that genre of English literature which appeals to the beauty, and a beauty, the feeling of beauty is related with senses. We will discuss when we will discuss about John Keats. So there will be sensuous poetry. Then it is known as intense genre. Intense means the strong, powerful feelings of the writer. Ornamentation, patience, transportation, yearning, realism, and emotion. Means that poetry is that genre of literature in which the poets are highly overpowered by their feelings, emotions, and realism plus transportation. Then they go for the select of the most beautified language, the most figurative language, because there is transportation. Poetry means the process of transportation of the reader into the world of imagination from the world of realism. For example, if you are studying the poem of William Wordsworth, The Daffodils. So when we study, I wandered lonely as a cloud. So means we feel ourselves in the company of the poet. My heart filled with joy and started dancing with the daffodils. So poetry is the first genre that is always intense in nature, then always remember the second one is drama. Now these passions, these emotions, this transportation, they need performance. As we know that it is said that actions speak louder than words. If we study, for example, Macbeth. Macbeth is the most popular tragedy written by William Shakespeare, or there is another tragedy that is called Hamlet. These are the two tragedies, and when we study and when we observe the performance of Hamlet and Macbeth, we feel that all of us are Hamlet. We feel that all of us are Macbeth, because in the present day, a lot of the people are not having the power of judgment. They are thinking and thinking to do or not to do. That is the question we will study in the soliloquy of Shakespeare. And Macbeth, everyone is hungry of power, everyone is hungry of popularity, everyone is hungry of fame, and for the attainment of power, popularity, they are always ready to perform any action, as Macbeth has done. It is factional. Factional means which is the product of your imagination, which is the product of your patience. It is the product of your emotions. So, factional representation through dialogue. Where there are dialogues, there are always characters. Hamlet, Ophelia, Gertrude, etc. A performance. This is the most important. The difference between poetry and drama is that poetry is the performance with words, and drama is the performance of action on the stage. According to Aristotle, Poetics, this is the most authentic book written about the structure of drama, poetry, etc. He defines drama as a representation of an action. It means that the first quality of drama is that it should be consisted of action. That is whole. Whole means Shakespeare was the father of three unities. Three unities mean unity of place, unity of time, and unity of action. These are the three unities, and these unities were strongly followed by Shakespeare. Whole means that it should have a proper beginning, proper middle, and proper end. And complete means that nothing can be added and nothing can be removed to the tragedy or to the drama, and has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it means that it refers to whole. Then the third one is called prose. Prose means words in order. Words in order. And poetry means best words in best order. In best order. The form of genre, it is also the third genre of English literature, which use unintense. The difference between prose and poetry is that most of the time poetry is the product of the heart and mind. Means poetry takes collectively the heart and the mind, but prose, it is unintense in nature. It means that it is the form, it is the product of the mind. unintense language. Unintense language means that there will be no emotions, no patience, without metrical and rhythmical structure. Metrical means that there will be no rhyme scheme, there will be no flowing ideas, and there will be no musicality. But poetry is impossible without musicality, without meter, without music. If we study poetry, so we will come to know that these are the main genres, and these genres are there because of the different qualities, and these are the main qualities. That the technique of writing poetry is different from the technique of writing drama, and the technique of writing drama is different from the technique of writing prose. Then the length of poetry is different from drama. Drama's length is different from prose. The tone of poetry is different from drama. The tone of drama is different from prose. And the fourth one is content. Content of poetry is always different from drama, and the content of drama is different from the content of prose. So dear students, this is the video. Please go through it, subscribe the channel, enter your comments for further development in the videos, and in next videos inshallah we will go for the detailed explanation of the genres of poetry, that what are the major types of poetry and what are the different types of poetry or the classes of poetry. So till that time, wish you best of luck, wish you always smiling and happy. Thank you very much.